Silas, Rita, Max, Justice, Zico, and Julius show up later.
Mm-hmm.
They all have one big fight.
Yep.
Zico stabs Max in the stomach, and even Max is like,
This is
heart.
the heart. This is my stomach. This is my heart. This is my stomach. This is my heart. I tried for an hour to find that clip for the beginning, and it was not on YouTube. I am so mad.
You should know this by now, Zico.
Yeah. That was probably my favorite part of his performance was that. But I couldn't find it, and I'm so pissed off.
And so he takes off with Rita.
Mm-hmm.
Julius is now not good, but they're fine with him.
Yeah,
because there's like a whole bit where he loses his eye. And they're like, well, where'd you put it?
Goddamn, because he's not evil; he's under a spell.
Yeah,
right. Like,
and then Justice steps on. And he's like, "Ooh!" He's like, "Motherfucker, that's my eye."
That's my eye, and he's kind of done. He's like, "All right, I'm out."
Yeah.
Like, I lost an eye. Shit's getting real. I'm done.
Yeah, because I was like, "You look like the worst."
Yeah.
Let's go. And then he pulls his arm off.
Yeah,
he's like, "I got your arm, motherfucker!" Like. Let's go. You're done for the film.
Yeah.
So Justice fucking tries to kung fu fight Max.
Because that's what you do.
I'm like, where did you learn the fucking Jet Li kicks? What the hell is this shit?
It's like every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. All of a sudden,
everyone knows kung fu?
Kung fu. Just kung fu fighting.
But Rita's the one who kills Max.
Yeah, she goes in for the kiss and then stabby.
Yeah, like she's gonna eat it. She's gonna bite Justice and feed off him, and then grabs the steak and boom.
Mm-hmm.
And then Max is like, I told you were a killer. And then fucking...
Yeah. Which I think the what's it called?
The effect's pretty good.
It
when
is.
He goes, because
he
goes full vampire
Mm-hmm.
in this scene. And he's like, this is his like final form. Or
yeah.
whatever.
And then he literally changes back to just Eddie Murphy, Max, and then dust.
Building explodes.
I would have liked...
Wes Craven loves exploding buildings.
He does, yeah. He's a big fan of that. I would have liked if this actually did turn Rita evil, because she did still kill, but I think I'm thinking a little too deep into this movie.
Yeah.
No one else fucking thought this deep, trust me.
So, movie ends.
Well, we get...
Rita and Justice kiss, and they're happily ever
they
after.
They have a love story that doesn't really come from anywhere, and doesn't really go anywhere until this final scene.
It's the scene in the apartment, because she's like, don't you really want your coffee? Like, she's just trying to get
she's like, clearly she's in love with him, and I'm like, when did this start? Like, they seemed like partners a minute ago, and now she's just like, coffee meaning vagina. Would you like some? Like, it's just like, oh. And then, of course, you see Nikki, and like, everyone's throwing it at this dude. Little did you know, Nikki just throwing it at everyone. But it makes no sense. But
what?
So
what makes no sense is the end of this film.
Fuck you. This is genius. This is the only thing. Like, I would have stayed for another movie for this.
So
I would have been cool with a sequel if this shit was how it goes.
They focus on Max's ring that falls after the explosion. Turns out that it falls on his limo.
Yep.
So Julius, who's still in ghoul form, why would you not turn back?
Yeah, they don't question that. They don't question that.
So he's like, well, at least you got a limo. He's like, yeah, you're right, Monk.
I do got a limo.
Yeah.
And then Silas fucking calls the front seat. I'm like, dude, you don't understand limos.
Well, I think he's just like, he's looking at his nephew like, okay, you getting it back, because look at you, for God's sake.
At this point, there's no way you can drive.
I'm throwing you a bone here, so I'll drive.
Yeah.
He's like, I feel so good back here.
Mm-hmm. He's playing around. He's playing around with like the cups and like, I'm a fucking rich man. He's got the phone. He's like, pick up the phone, huh? And then that's when he goes for the sunroof and he opens it, and then the ring falls on the floor, and he goes, damn. Max's fucking ring. All right, like look at this shit. Wow, this is worth a lot. And then he puts it on.
In honor, he's like, "Well, I'm gonna honor you, my dead homie." And all that.
And he puts it on, and then like starts shaking. And Silas looking at him, going, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" And then he just boom, 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 poof. And then fucking Julius is now a pimp.
Mm-hmm.
There is no other word for what he is. He's a pimp now. He's dripping in gold. He's wearing the brightest suit. And
sunglasses at night,
because that's what you do. And like he even comments like the fucking shoes and everything like that. And he's like, "Fuck."
He even has his accent.
Yeah, he gets an accent, and now he's a vampire.
There's a new vampire.
I've never seen that before. That's not a thing.
Like, I ain't no ghoul.
Yeah, I'm a vampire now, and there's a new vampire in Brooklyn, and I'm like, okay, I would watch Julius as fucking vampire because he's still a fuck up. So I would like to see the fuck up Julius as a vampire. That would have been infinitely better than this because it would have been a comedy.
So the limo pulls off. Credits.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Woof. It's safe to say, at least this is coming from me,
Yeah.
this is the worst movie we've covered.
So far, yes.
29 movies, and this is the worst movie.
There is no doubt.
Now, I'm not going to give it too low of a score. Like, it's not a 1 or a 2.
No. I don't think we'll ever cover that.
Because I don't want to watch a movie that's that.
Yeah.
Because then I'm not giving... Time is more precious than money will ever be. And I don't want to invest in something that is that terrible.
No.
So this is... It might as low as... Because I think I gave another movie that. I think I gave Nightmare 2 this. It's 4.
Yeah.
Ahoy, motherfuckers! Out of 10. Just on the sole fact of Julius and Silas. And... as weird of choices he made, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Because the one good thing I saw reading up some notes myself about this movie is people praised him and Angela Bassett together.
Yes.
And they're not wrong.
No.
Those two on screen, whenever they're just those two on screen talking, it's probably the most compelling that this film ever gets.
Oh, certainly.
It's just that's not going to save a movie.
No, God, no.
A handful of scenes doesn't save a movie.
No.
I don't care how good the scenes are.
I agree.
So as 4 is probably as low as I'll go. I might hit a 3 one of these days. But again, I don't really want to talk about a movie that is that bad.
Yeah.
So we will cover the not so best. When we say not so best, we don't mean terrible.
No. That was. I mean, we may if we're just like we know going in that it's going to be shit, but I don't know. But I mean, I'll also give it for $2 hookers.
And do you think as low as you'll get, or do you think you'll go?
No, I will definitely. I'm sure we'll find something that I
go?
will. I'm sure we'll find something lower than that for me. I'm a little pickier than you. Because I know we're going to end up getting into something from your childhood that I probably think is fucking god-awful because it's not a part of my childhood.
Right.
But there's definitely stuff in my childhood that we will never cover unless we're drunk, which would be like Garbage Pail Kids.
Right.
That'd be like a -4. But as far as this movie goes, like I said, I gave it 4. Because, again, for the same reason you said, is like the performances are really good.
Just the story is
it's
all
is
over
non-existent.
The place.
The movie itself is so uneven that you don't know what to call it. Like it starts, and it has every early to mid '90s horror trope. It feels like a mid '90s horror movie. It really does, and they're all the same. Much like a lot of all the '80s slashers are the same. There's an early to mid '90s fucking horror thing that all these flicks are the same, all of them. And this has that. It does have that. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not disparaging that. I have a fondness for it. But it has that. And then it has, like, comedy scenes that fall fucking flat because they don't make sense in this movie. Because if you wanted to make it a straight-up horror film, that's great. But you can have the characters be goofy. You don't have full-on, straight-up goofy scenes. Yeah. You have goofy characters reacting to the horror. Like, the preacher scene, as much as entertaining as it is, you don't know what the fuck's going on because it's supposed to be in a horror film.
As well.
Yeah, and you're supposed to have this sort of foreboding thought in your head of like, well, this is furthering the plot to be evil, but it's not. Like, what he's saying, like, you know, like, let, like, everybody sin and all this shit, like, it's supposed to bother you that he's saying that, but it doesn't because it comes off as so comedic and stupid that you're just like, well, I don't see the point. So the movie's just fucking all over the place.
Plus, it has the, I would say, dubious distinction of being the beginning of the end of his career.
Yeah, I mean,
film-wise,
he does have a couple spikes, but this is the
first. He has a spike.
He has
Nutty Professor.
Yeah, that's true, and only the first one because
and
most people didn't like the sequels.
Some people can make an argument for Dr. Dolittle, maybe.
I never saw it. It wasn't for me.
This is the beginning of the end.
Yeah, this is the downfall.
He goes, I looked at his filmography yesterday while watching this film.
Mm-hmm.
It's astounding how many movies he made after this movie starring him that were just got Norbit, Pluto Nash, Meet Dave, 1,000 Words, Haunted Mansion, Tower Heist, Run the Gamut. They all suck. Yeah. There's no redeeming one in the bunch.
The only one...
I only think Shrek 1 is good.
I didn't even like Shrek. I don't like Shrek 1. I don't.
But even then,
Shrek's
that's not really his movie. It's his movie with Mike Myers. And it's kind of funny how they kind of team together going, our careers are kind of going downhill. Do you just want to make a shit ton of money making cartoon movies for the next 10 years, Mike?
That's pretty much how it goes. Because, Mike Myers has made enough on those Shrek pictures to just show up in fucking random shit
Because live action Eddie Murphy, after this, other than The Nutty Professor, which was the outlier,
is god-awful.
Mm-hmm. Now, his turn in Dreamgirls was great. That wasn't a movie starring him, though. Mm-hmm. And I'm hearing this year he's actually going to be in a biopic where he's playing Rudy Ray Moore.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
So I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
But this is kind of the beginning of the end.
I did find out one thing, though, while watching some interviews with him. He's been teasing going back to stand-up since 1995. So, when Eddie Murphy says he's going back to stand-up, he's not.
Yeah.
He's just not.
It's just funny how can someone have a... Because you can argue that he's had a far longer stretch of just terrible, no good pictures. Mm-hmm. More than his classics.
Oh, absolutely.
But we still love Eddie Murphy. And that's the strength of Eddie Murphy.
Because you love Eddie Murphy. You don't care about his movies. You just love Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy is fucking bulletproof.
I think that speaks to him that he's Teflon.
Yeah, he's absolutely Teflon.
Because when you've had literally 2 decades of horrible movies...
Yeah.
And we still love you for the 9 or 10 movies that you did that were great.
There's a handful of people on this planet that can get away with that. And he is absolutely one of them.
He's one of them.
Him, and I think even ironically, one who is also in another terrible Eddie Murphy movie, Steve Martin's the same way. Yeah. Everybody wants to watch a Steve Martin picture, but he's made mostly shit. Yeah. But he's got enough goodwill going forward that you don't care. Yeah. And that's what it is. I mean, that's the thing. Anytime you want to bring up, Eddie Murphy was in this, that, or the other thing, you'd be like, yeah, but he was in Beverly Hills Cop, so it's cool. It's just, you're never going to say a bad thing about Eddie Murphy.
Mr. Teflon.
Yeah.
As far as MVPs, it's Julius and Silas.
Oh, God, yes. I mean, as soon as you see that, first of all, that John Witherspoon's in the movie, everyone else is playing for second place anyway.
For such a terrible film?
Yeah.
That's one of the best comedy duos I've ever seen in a film.
Yeah, I know. Again, this is why I say I want to see a sequel, because it would be their movie. And that is a movie I would absolutely watch. John Witherspoon and Kadeem Hardison, I don't know if they work together again, but oh my God, I hope so. And if they did in the 90s, we'll be covering it very soon.
So as far as the future is concerned for this show, we thought we would return to Elm Street.
Yeah.
We looked at the calendar.
We don't know dates.
We will actually not be returning to Elm Street for a couple weeks still.
No, we're going so much darker next week.
Yes, sir. We are actually going, seeing that it's a 5 Tuesday month.
Yeah.
We're going way, way back. Mm-hmm. We're going to August 30th, 1972, to where it all began for Mr. Wes Craven, with The Last House on the left. We are going way dark.
Yeah.
After this picture.
See, the thing is, we debated originally when we were coming up with the idea of doing a Wes Craven month where we were going to do a dark but much lighter picture of The Hills Have Eyes. But I felt since we're honoring the man, it seemed only appropriate to go back to Last House. It's a movie that I've seen many times. I almost gave away how I felt about it. I'm not going to do that yet. But it is a rough film.
No, it's safe to say that next week we're going to be looking at a film. It's not going to be a yuck. And this will happen. I'm assuming this will happen. It's not going to happen too often because we like to keep it light here and funny, and we're two chuckleheads. So it's not. We're not trying to deep analyzing into film, but there's going to be moments in time where we look at movies like this, like The Last House on the Left, where we're going to be analyzing a film.
No.
More or less. Not analyzing, but
Here's the thing. This movie has enough dumb shit in it that we can make jokes. Right. There absolutely is enough dumb shit in it for it to make jokes.
But it's not going to be a fucking...
It's not a laugh riot. Yeah. Because the movie on purpose has the dumb shit in there. This is... Make no fucking mistake. It is an exploitation film. Yeah. It is graphic. It is violent. It goes over the top, but it does so on purpose. And part of the reason I wanted to cover it is because it's one of those films that just... it doesn't get any respect because it's an exploitation film, and I think its place in horror history needs to be cemented, and that's why I wanted to cover it. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun for any of us. It deals with some really dark shit, and I don't know how we're going to cover it.
We're going to try.
Because we don't we don't go over this.
No.
There is no preparation, so we're just gonna fucking do this as best we can.
Seat of our pants.
Yeah, and I'm sure I will do a warning of just like, we're gonna talk about some real shit now, and, you know, just leave it at that. But there is yucks to be had, there are jokes to be made, but it is...
not many.
Not many, and it is me attempting to honor this film, because I do believe the film